Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of You Got This Equestrian. I'm Hayley from Red Bear Equestrian, and this is our new Equestrian Confidence series. So I'm really excited to be here for our second video. And this one is also a blog over on the website. So if you want to head over there and read rather than watching, you can head over to redbearequestrian.com. Okay, this one I wanted to chat a little bit about body protectors. They are one of those things where you love them or you hate them, and they are the bone of contention for so many equestrians. Now currently they are only mandatory in eventing, and they have carried a major stigma for years. I have spoken to so many riders in creating this series, just in general, and I've found lots of gaps even within the generations of riders where you can see how body protectors have really been perceived. And thinking back to sort of my equestrian journey, I don't think I ever really wore one when I was growing up. I mean, my parents were not horsey, and they tried. They still try. They're still hoping that I grow out of this phase. So they didn't really know, and back then it wasn't really a thing that was pushed in the way it's pushed now. There was no expectation like there is now, and no one ever really said, even when I was younger and working at riding stables, no one ever really spoke about body protectors. And yet now, even as an adult, my kids don't ride unless they have them on, and I can't stand them. Hypocritical, I really know. However, I can't stand them, but I do wear them. And mainly because in 2020, my whole outlook on body protectors changed. So I had a body protector by this point. As an adult, I had a body protector, and I would quite often be in my car. I would put it in the car and say I was going to wear it and never actually wear it. It just stayed in the car. But back in 2012, I was trialing a horse that we were looking at buying. You can head back to the first video, see the story, or hear the story. Now, as soon as I got on that horse, I knew it was a really bad idea, but I brushed it off. Unfortunately, that then led to a series of events. Again, head to video one. I'll pop the link in the notes for this as well if you want to go check it out. But the other thing that happened that day is, for some reason, and I have no idea what, universe, divine intervention, do not know, I went back to the car and got my body protector. So not only did I take it with me, I actually left the car, went and got ready to ride, went back to the car, got my body protector. No idea why. Even to this day, no idea why. I didn't realise at the time the impact that decision would make. So my body protector is the only reason that I am not in a wheelchair. I would have 100% been paralysed had I not been wearing it. I was very fortunate that I ended up in a wheelchair for 6 months. I ended up learning to walk again, lots of other stuff. Again, video one has all the info. No, they don't stop all injuries, but they do massively decrease the severity of injuries. And I don't think I truly realised the importance of them up until that point. They were one of those things where I brushed them off a bit. I would never ride without a hat, which protects my head, but yeah, I didn't ride without a body protector. You know, we've all heard you're not a real rider until you fall off 7 times, 10 times, 15 times. We all know that's complete nonsense. You know, we would never go out hacking, go out jumping, really ride in most situations without a hat protecting our heads. So why are we not protecting all of our vital organs and our bones by wearing a body protector? You know, the British Medical Journal did a study that showed body protectors decrease the risk of injury during cross country by 56%. And that's irrelevant to how experienced the riders are, how good the riders were. It was 56% across the board. If I thought that I could decrease my chance of serious injury by 56%, I would absolutely do it. But we don't realise until it's too late quite often how important these pieces of kit are. I now do, most of the time, wear body protectors, and it is so worth spending the money on getting one that's properly fitted. The other thing I've learned is the difference between a cheap body protector, and none of them are really cheap, are they, really, and a really expensive, decent body protector. It's definitely the comfort and the fit. If you spend the money on getting a really decent body protector and making sure you get it properly fitted, you can tell the difference. Okay. You need to be protecting you when you're riding horses. You know, we regularly go and throw ourselves on half a ton of animal that's a flight animal that could do anything. And yes, we can have them as highly trained as anything, but they are still a flight animal. They are still unpredictable. And, you know, we put our lives in their hooves regularly. So the mothers do it daily. And so you need the protection there, as well as your helmet, to be protecting you in other ways as well. You know, make sure when you're getting your body protector, you're getting it properly fitted, that it meets current safety standards. If you've got a body protector, it still meets current safety standards. Because again, we will buy all this new kit for our horses, but quite often our own kit just sits for years and years and years, and we will use the same stuff. So make sure it still is relevant. Do not leave it until it's too late and you start to see the benefit. If I hadn't have worn it that day, my life would look very, very different now. You know, body protectors might seem irritating. They might not look great, but you cannot predict how your horse will react. As good as what they might be, you know. We've recently discovered, or my kids have recently discovered, the Champion Titaniums. They did have Racesafe before that, and they love them. And so that is now my next purchase. I think I'm going to treat myself at one of the events we're going to this year and do a little bit of a splurge on a new body protector, one that's a little bit comfier than my current one. You know, just remember when you are going out on your horses that as much as you wouldn't miss wearing your hat, don't miss out wearing a body protector as well, because you never know. Although they're Marmite, although people love them or hate them, you know, wouldn't we all have the freedom of not having to wear a lot of the stuff that we wear to protect ourselves or to make our riding better? We don't have that luxury. So yeah, absolutely 100%. As much as they are Marmite and I don't love them, I would not go back to riding without one. So that is my little view on body protectors. I would love to know yours. I know when I popped this up as a blog and shared it on our page, I got loads of comments from people who loved them, hated them, wore them, chose not to wear them. You know, so drop a comment, let me know what your feelings are around body protectors. I would love to know. I would love to hear a little bit more about what you think too. And make sure you catch the next one in the series. I am going to be talking to Eden Markle from Heels Down and Kick On.